get more details on the security preparations for the 2013 elections from Linda Humilia. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Gigi. Thank you. As you mentioned, the PNP, the Philippine National Police, and the Commission on Elections just finished their first command conference as part of their preparations for the 2013 elections. And as expected, they were discussing the operational details of how to implement tough security measures in the 2013 election. Now, this being also the week of the third anniversary of the Maguindanao massacre in 2009, where more than 50 people died following the filing of a certificate of candidacy of then candidate Ismael Magundadato. The COMELEC and the PNP gave assurances that there will be no repeat of such a tragedy insofar as the 2013 elections are concerned. Many of the operational details, of course, Gigi, the PNP and the COMELEC would like to keep secret, but at least at this point, we know that they are concentrating on a couple of issues. One of them is the gun ban, which will commence on January 13, 2013, the first day of the election period. According to COMELEC Chairman Sixto Brillante and PNP Chief Director General Nicanor Bartolome, all existing permits to carry firearms will be considered suspended, and anyone who needs a firearm or who needs to carry a firearm during that period, specifically politicians, candidates, and their security men will have to apply personally or submit their papers for exemption at the COMELEC office. Also, at this point, they are looking at 15 areas of concern all over the country, but COMELEC said COMELEC's own contains fewer places or fewer areas, but they do defer to the PNP in terms of determining which are the areas of concern, considering that PNP is the agency on the ground. And lastly, the PNP is also looking at the continuous operation against 60 private armed groups all over the country, especially since campaign season has, well, of course, unofficially started, and they're concerned that some of these private armed groups will be used by politicians and personalities in the campaign to foment violence and other illegal activities during election season. We asked General Bartolome why it's taking some time to dismantle these private armed groups, and he said the difficulties that sometimes the armed groups disappear or dissolve only to surface during periods like the election season. But they're saying that at this point they are trying to determine the members of these armed groups and dismantling them, and eventually will also look at the personalities, especially politicians and local officials, behind these armed groups. Gigi?
Linda, have authorities begun tracking election-related violence at this time?
Well, Gigi, they have yet to come up with a single incident of election-related violence, but yes, they are already starting their monitoring. There's only one request from COMELEC Chairman Sixto Brillantes that before any incident, any violent incident is declared election-related, the PNP should also coordinate with the COMELEC in determining or before making any declaration that it is indeed an election-related violent incident. Gigi?
Thanks very much for that update. Linda Humilia there reporting from Camp Crame.